Woohoo! Look at this bad boy. You guys can see the amazing labradorite wrapped in the royal cubit tensor coil. What? Very proud of these very unique pieces. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Exploring the Ka. My name is Rock Costello. You can see these are cut from the royal cubit measurement. Twisted silver coated copper tensor coils wrapped around gemstones here. Look at this labradorite piece. Ooh, baby. High quality labradorite gem wrapped in the beautiful tensor coil. Love this piece. It's very hard to even part with these bad boys. Some of the coolest pendants on the planet and most powerful. Now, for using the twisted copper, yes, Lori. Good morning, Lori. Yes, this is made from gem labradorite, very high quality cabochon. Cabochon is the cut gem, right? Different shapes of cabochons out there, and this is real silver coated over copper, and it's silver copper royal cubit twisted royal cubit copper tensor coil around the labradorite. So really powerful here. And why would you want to use twisted copper or twisted silver? Well, because when you squeeze or twist the copper clockwise, like we're doing here, it's like wringing out the dirty electrons, and it's leaving a positive charge within the copper, which normally has a north and south positive and negative pole. But when you twist it, you're wringing, like almost like wringing out a dirty rag. You're twisting out the dirty electrons, and it's leaving up an explosion of fresh electrons coming from the piece of copper, and then you make it into either a coil or a ring, like a circle, or a coil, so it has that constant flow and explosion of new and fresh electrons. So the positive effects that come from this, smash that or tap that like button for the algorithm, please. It helps out a lot. The effects, the positive effects that you get from this is that it'll help protect from 5G and EMF radiation. It will help with your physical and emotional and energetic bodies. Your balances emotional issues, helps to energize food and water, right? Helps clear blockages and relieve pain. Elevates your energy levels, reduces fatigue. Very good positive effects to the twisted copper. And we use the royal cubit measurement I'm using here. And the royal cubit measurement is said to have a harmonic light frequency of 144 hertz, which is harmonic light speed. Yeah, and it's very pretty. Really cool pendant here. It sings with energy, and you can feel it. Yeah, I've been working with copper tensors for many, many years. They do help relieve with pain issues with the twisted copper. I use big copper coils, copper rings, inspired by the slim Sperling copper tensor coils. Right here I have one I'm working on of pink lithium Lemurian quartz. Beautiful piece here. I love that Lemurian barcode going down the side. The growth marks that they call the Lemurian. This is pink Lemurian, lithium Lemurian. That one's, a regular piece of quartz. Very high quality too, pink. But the other ones here are gemstones. We have, this is lightning strike, pink morganite gemstone wrapped in the copper tensor coil. Love this bad boy. That's the lightning strike, pink morganite gemstone. Then we got, I'll take it out in a minute if you guys want to see it. Then we got the aquamarine gemstone here. Nice long one. Nice long one. It's a real nice long one. That's what she said, right? I have another labradorite heart here. Love the labradorite heart wrapped in the twisted copper tensor. This one, both sides, is really cool. Either way you could wear it. Beautiful. Most of these you can wear on both. All of these you can wear on either side, but some are better on the one side that I designed it to hang for pendants, right? This is the aquamarine, another beautiful aquamarine gemstone. Facet grade gemstone, beautiful right here, right? And then you got lemon quartz gemstone, my solar wolf and solar lion amulets that we make with the lemon quartz. This is facet grade lemon quartz, beautiful piece here. The spiral out coil. All right, let's take out. And then we got, this one's another piece of quartz right here. Beautiful piece of quartz from Brazil with the silver coated copper. Nice big piece. And this can be used for dowsing, scrying, as a pendant. Various uses for this as well. So the first one I took out right here is, of course, labradorite gem cabochon. Very, very high quality of labradorite wrapped in the silver coated copper royal cubit tensor coil. Beautiful piece here. This is up on my website, all unique, my own design, and you can only find this in one place in the world. And you can see, you can wear it on either side. Look at how beautiful this is. Beautiful piece here. Wow, I like this side just as much. Beautiful cabochon here. Really comes alive in the light. Beautiful cabochon here. And this is on my website, themysticalspiralstore.com. Some of these are not on my website yet because they're brand new, just were made. That one is up on my website. Then we got this one. This one's not on my website yet. The aquamarines always go quick. I don't know how well the aquamarine will come across in right now in this light, but it's the beautiful light blue aquamarine. This one's a long one. Yeah, this one's just beautiful. Every angle has a different beautiful thing I usually call these in opal, when I use my opal ones, I call them the 7 rays amulet because they have all the colors of the chakras in there and things like that. I have one of my opals here in the silver 7 rays amulet, and this is opal and its gemstone in its natural rock form. Beautiful. Very high quality opal as well. This one's about 10 or 11 carats. I'll take that one out in a minute. My opals always sell pretty fast. The one that just went a couple of days ago, that was my favorite one. It was so hard to let go. I really wanted to keep that one for me or my wife, but I had to let it go. I put it up on the website. It was so beautiful, that piece of opal. I get my opal from either Mexico or Ethiopia, sometimes Australia. So here we go. This one is, hold on, let me put down the camera so I can get it out. Alright, so this one is Ethiopian opal. wrapped in the twisted coated copper. And opal's not easy to wrap because you will crack it if you do it too hard. And this is very nice tight wrap of the twisted copper, the royal cubic copper. And I love opal. This one's got all the different colors in it as well. Blues, reds, greens. At the different angles of the light, you'll see it. And this has got the beautiful twisted copper spiral coil. And the clarity on this, is, and depth is just intense. You guys can't really do it justice on here. But the whole piece is pretty much all clarity, abundance, and depth of the opal flash. And you don't see too much rock on this at all, if any. This is all just clear depth of opal, and it's really pretty in the light. You guys can see this is not even doing it halfway justice. I love the blues and the greens and the reds and all the different colors that come out of it. Even some golden flash colors. This is just really dope. I don't think I put this one up on my website yet, actually, though. This one might not even be up there yet. Maybe it is. I'm not sure. I don't think it is, actually, though. I think I put the silver one up last night. So that's the opal. Which one did you want to see again? The clear long one? Or I'll take that one out. That's the aquamarine. Yeah, it's not clear. It's a blue. It's an aquamarine, light blue. Beautiful piece here. Very long one. That's what she said, right? I love this one. Beautiful. And it's got some thickness and some girth and some length to this bad boy. I mean, look at, you can see the length to it. And this is aquamarine gemstone. Those barrel gemstones. Very, very high quality. I only get the best here. You can see the beautiful labradorite there. Yeah, this is very gorgeous. The shorter one and the shorter, thicker one I had sold already. It was already shipped out. But I have other ones of aquamarine, in my inventory. This is the current one I made. Do I have another one out here? Let me see. Let me see if I have another one out here. This is blue apatite gemstone. Love this bad boy as well. Do I have another? I just made another aquamarine too yesterday. It's not up on the website yet, but it's another barrel one, but it's shorter and thicker. I'm gonna run out of. I mean, there's never ending of the "that's what she said" jokes. I even get my wife to giggle once in a while with those ones. I got them like right on cue. I'm ready. I got different types of the opals too. Like if you didn't want the twisted copper like I have here and just want the regular copper coils, this is the beautiful regular copper coil of antique copper with the Ethiopian opal rock. Love these bad boys. This one's still, I can't believe this one's still available. I made it a little while ago. Beautiful. It's got the Lemurian golden opal in there as well. Yeah, you can have this long one. I can make you an invoice as well. If you want to discuss the price, we can do that off in private. Beautiful gemstone here. You can't go wrong with this. It's a lifelong companion. Thank you so much. And I have my own unique style. Even the Slim Sperling, who passed now, I've had his wife, Katharina Sperling, on my show, and she loves my style because I did my own thing with the tensors. And not many people in the world are using twisted copper tensors around around gemstones. And they're simple, and I do that for a reason. You'll see a lot of other people that do copper. They would probably say that mine looks, it's like, it's not that great. But actually, they're saying this because they really don't understand or feel energy. They're just doing it for jewelry. If I was doing it for jewelry only, I would make it a hell of a lot more intricate. But there's a reason why I'm doing this. You'll see a lot of other people that do copper wrappings around crystals or stones. Most of them don't use gemstones. And if they do use gemstones, they're making it very intricate with a lot of different coils everywhere, where all the coils are clashing against each other. So they don't realize, or are people that obviously can feel energy themselves, right? So when you have a whole bunch of different coils, there's no, and their coils are all clashing against each other. That means the flow of energy is not really going through, carrying the current of the stone's energy. It's not. There's no flow of it. There's no flow for it to go, right? You want a nice, if you're putting coils around stones, crystals, gemstones, especially piezoelectric material like quartz or tourmalines, right? Things that are, it's that toroidal coil around it is squeezing it, which is opening up the cold plasma light, the electrons, the information from the stone. You want a nice smooth coil around the stone for the energy to be able to flow, right? So you don't want a whole bunch of coils clashing and facing each other. So that leaves a chaotic piece, and so that's why I have a very nice simple coil, but it is very complicated and intricate at the same time. The way the electrons move in the twisted coated copper, so it's advanced but yet simple and very pretty. And I also make it so you can see it keeps the integrity of the piece, the beautiful color of the stones as well, and it's really my own unique design as well. I've had other people copy my designs too as well since I've done this, but you better to get from the original because you don't get the little nuances. Beautiful opals. Yeah, this is the aquamarine. I'll put that aside for you, Lori. That's a great choice. I have other aquamarines as well, different sizes, but this is a really good size, man. I love that piece. And then I showed you guys. This is the aquamarine in a facet grade stone, gemstone. I have different types of aquamarine stone as well. Lighter ones. This is a nice deep blue of aquamarine facet grade gemstone. Big piece. This is a big size. Got the twisted royal cubit. Yeah, I've done some with copper and silver as well. Do I have one out here? I don't know if I have one out here, but I have one with both of them on. So these are copper and silver. So to let you know that this is silver coated copper right here. All of these are silver and copper together. So, but there I have ones that are just um that have both the silver copper wrap on it and the copper wrap. So right here you got regular copper, and right here you have silver coated copper. If you can see the cut at the bottom here, you'll see there's copper underneath the silver where it cuts off at the bottom of the spiral. So these are silver copper. Real silver coated over 99.9999% copper. That's what they sell. Beautiful. This is one of my favorite pieces now, right here. Um, I also have, this is not, I make pendants that are crystal ball pendants. You see, this is Himalayan rainbow quartz. You guys can see the rainbow already in there, and I haven't even taken it out. But this one isn't for a pendant, this crystal ball one. One is for dowsing or scrying. If I have other ones I can make for pendants, crystal balls, but this one I made specifically for scrying or dowsing because it's a lighter gauge than I would use for a pendant. So if you can wear it as a pendant, but there's a possibility it might pop out eventually as a pendant. I made this one just for dowsing. It's beautiful. Stands up by itself. Beautifully made, perfectly spiraled. And this is a Himalayan quartz crystal ball here. High altitude Himalayan quartz. You can move the ball around. I made it so you can move the ball around in there. And it even has a little bit of like fire quartz in there, some cool inclusions. But you guys can see the beautiful rainbow quartz. This is Himalayan high altitude rainbow quartz. Beautiful piece. Love that guy. and a nice thick head, like she said. I'm getting it today. And then we also have the hydro opal. That some opal has to stay wet in water, and that's what we have here. And these are resin molds with the silver loops on top, real silver loops on top with the resin mold. Black opal, black hydro opal, really good pieces. Only one of these left right now. We also have from New York here the Herkimer diamonds of all sizes. Some of them have the hydro bubbles inside, like the hydro the little hydro pieces, like little old ancient water that's floating around in there, and drift sand and stuff like that. These are Herkimer diamonds, double terminated. This is a big one, real big one, and a thick one. And then I'm not gonna say it. You guys know. I'm also playing around with this opal piece here. I haven't made a loop for it on the top yet. This will be done soon. Beautiful, nice piece of opal here. I like that fire inside. I might put a silver loop on this one. Didn't finish this piece yet. Then I got another Herkimer diamond with the regular copper on it. Beautiful rainbow double. This is a nice Herkimer diamond too, and these are all ethically sourced right here in New York, upstate New York. I got a smaller, all sizes too. You guys can get of the Herkimer diamonds. I got beautiful pieces here. Another, and it keeps the nice. You see the whole crystal double terminated piece. I'm not sure what I like better with the Herkimer diamond, in the silver coated copper or the regular copper. I have different types of copper too. I have the copper. I have antiqued copper as well. Like this is antiqued copper with the topper coil. This is actually a crystal skull with the nice heavy gauge copper coil. And this is topaz, like this piece. Beautiful topaz gemstone with the copper coil, twisted coated copper. Twisted coiled copper, not coated. Royal cubit twisted copper. This is one of my favorite pieces too, right here. Let me show you guys. This is lightning strike pink morganite gemstone. This is up on my website, and I can't believe it's still available because this is one of the best pieces ever. Beautiful. I don't know if you guys can really see the beauty of the pink morganite gemstone, and it's the lightning striked pink morganite gemstone. The biggest crystal I have, I got 20-pound crystals. I got huge specimens. So if you're looking for huge specimens, I have those as well, because we make crystal skulls of all sizes. So I get them. We carve the skulls ourselves here at the Mystical Spiral. So I'll have huge specimens brought in. Right now I have like 10, 15-pound pieces of volcanic agate that's UV reactive, if you really want something like that. So these are gemstones. So this is like a large miniature gemstone for pendants. This is very large size of pink morganite, actually. I have smaller sizes of pink morganite, but this is the absolute mwah. You know that famous chef I talked about the other day? Raphael Violi, New York Italian chef. Raphael Antonio Violi. They call him Ra for short. You know, Mr. Violi? You know, Ra Violi? I'm laughing at my own jokes. Yeah, this is pink morganite. I also have large quartz specimens, geodes, all sorts of things if you're looking for bigger size pieces. I got natural geodes, all that. You guys didn't get the joke with ravioli, did you? Get it? Like ravioli? You guys suck. I made that joke up. Maybe that's why it's not so good. It's not so good, huh? You don't know about the ravioli. Mr. Violi. Mr. Violi, Italian chef. Oh, I love those. Look at this beautiful opal. It's not doing it justice right here on the YouTube machine. But it really is badass. Watch, if I bring it up, it'll be blurry, but you'll see the friggin' incredible depth of the opal colors. That's a beautiful piece here. Love this side. This is the side I would hang it on more. I love that. It's got the fire gold in there as well. The blues, the teals, the reds, everything in there. Beautiful piece. A couple of years. A couple of years now. I used to do just the copper tensors for a little while. Then I started wrapping them around the gemstones, but I always wrapped them coils around gemstones when I was younger as well, just myself. And then, for a while I was just doing some crystals and gems, but once around COVID time, I started doing this full time. I also speak all over the world about the books I'm writing, talking about advanced sciences that are hidden in ancient mythology and oral traditions and lost knowledge that's right in our ancient mythologies and our oral traditions passed down. I have a podcast. I have two podcasts. I have one podcast. What are you talking about? I actually speak all over the world about plasma physics within mythology. So I don't know what you're talking about. And the twisted copper tensors, I mean, I'm not the only one in the world that talks about copper tensors and twisting them. So, would you like to debate something? Atom Confidential? Mr. Smarty Pants? We could do that anytime you want. Anything you'd like to ask me about, you don't think that I know about, that's fine. I'm not saying I have all the answers, but there's certain things that I've been doing for over 30 years. Like martial arts, like working with crystals and copper, and like mythology. I've been pretty much researching and working on the mythology of all cultures for over 30 years. I'm 46. I'm 46 years old. 1978. So I'm not one that speaks and criticizes people without knowing either. So I've been humbled in my life, and I've gotten some wisdom on how to talk to people over the years. So I don't speak out and criticize someone before knowing who they are. Usually. But that's good. But you're that kind of dude that conceals his face and likes to troll people, I guess. It's all good. But I hope you have a good day, though, as well. And I hope you at least get something from my video. So this is labradorite that I showed here. We got opal, twisted royal cubit. The royal cubit that I'm saying is the measurement that it's cut from. I make the copper, twisted copper, from a certain measurement that I have marked. You see, that's the start, and then I have it cut off right here at the wood block that I'm making the wrappings on. And you want to twist it clockwise. And I used the royal cubit measurement, which was used in ancient Egypt and used all over the world. But there are different cubit measurements to use as well. I'm almost done with this piece right here. This is a pink lithium Lemurian quartz with the twisted copper around it. Really like this piece. I love pink lithium Lemurian quartz. This was ethically sourced by my friend Sergio in Pedras, Brazil. This piece, the lithium Lemurian quartz. It's called the Lemurian because of the growth mark that goes up the side, kind of looks like a barcode. So over the years, somehow within the crystal community, it started to be called the Lemurian. But that's basically the barcode growth mark that goes up the side of many of the crystals. Now, over time, they say that holds the knowledge. It's within there. The ancient Lemurian race recorded their information within those, within as the crystal was growing, it absorbed the information of those ancient races. So it's embedded within the barcode of the growth marks. Now, there is some possible truth to that. It's not all esoteric. I do see some real science behind that as well. So when when it's explained the way I just explained it, which they never explain it that way, they just somehow say, "Oh, the ancient sages of this so-called Lemurian race that we have no proof of recorded the knowledge of their past within the crystals," where maybe it was just absorbed within it naturally. We use crystals to keep time, to record things, right? Quartz is a piezoelectric material. So when you squeeze it, I've done I've showed you guys some experiments I've done here right on YouTube. If you take shit, even Rochelle salt, tourmaline, quartz, just if it's compressed or squeezed, rubbed together, it will emit cold plasma light. It will conduct electricity, and you can send impulses and frequencies. They do this in the military with crystal oscillators. They used to sell them right at Radio Shack, right? You can get a crystal oscillator, it'll squeeze the quartz, and you can send frequencies through it. You can beam EMF waves, ELF waves, all sorts of things through it, right? You could send information through quartz, right? So it's the same thing if you're wrapping a copper coil around quartz. It's building that toroidal movement, that spiraling motion around the quartz, which will compress and squeeze it and emit light, which will emit the information within the electrons coming from the light, right? So it's not all woo-woo. It's real science behind it as well. Just like, I'm at the mysticalspiralstore.com. I also have this channel, Exploring the Ka, right here on YouTube. I also have another YouTube channel called The Mystical Spiral, where I do just copper and gemstones. And then I have another YouTube channel I just started called MMA Shaman Combat Sports, where I do my MMA Shaman podcast, Combat Sports TV International. I've spent, like I mentioned previously, I'm 46 years old, and over 35 of those years have been in some form of combat sports or martial arts. I've done Ishin Ryu karate when I was a kid until brown belt. I did wrestling in school. And then around 14 years old, I started doing Muay Thai and kickboxing, and I fought amateur and pro Muay Thai. So I stopped when I was about 29, 30 years old. No money in it. Head concussions, ACLs, heel, neck issues. I mean, you can name it, and it wasn't worth it. So I do it just for. I taught it a few times, but I've made some great connections over the years, and I have been also interviewing some famous people from the UFC that fought in Pride in Japan, kickboxing all over the world. So I just also started another channel for just the combat sports, because my combat sports, I also do it on this channel as well, because I have a lot of subscribers on this channel compared to my other channels. But most of the community on this channel doesn't follow combat sports, right? But combat sports rescued me from group homes when I was a kid and got me off the streets and saved my life. So it's a spiritual thing for me to be into martial arts. It's like I fought all my traumas. Anytime I competed, I was competing against my past traumas, and I saw that in my head. So it was like I also like to interview spiritual people who are into combat sports. So I recently just had actually 2 days ago, I interviewed Cyborg Santos, who fought all over the world as well with Luis Azeredo. They fought with Vanderlei Silva, Shogun. They were on his team, his training camp. So, but back to this. This is Opal. Thank you. Yeah, I've been going on radio shows, popular radio shows, and podcasts for many years. I've been on like the Richard Hoagland show, Darkness Radio. I've been on FM radio show, a whole bunch of different ones, and I also did my own radio show up until this year. Actually, I was on Para X Radio Network earlier, and then I went to Truth Frequency Radio Network, and I did my own radio show for many, many years up until this year. Now I do my own podcast on YouTube. Stopped doing regular radio, but I've been on FM radio, I've been on satellite radio, I've been on internet radio streams. You could still find some of my streams on Sirius XM. They have them in the archives. Like if you go to the app on Sirius XM, you can find a lot of them. Not a lot, maybe like a dozen. I also have a podcast. You guys can find me at even if you go to YouTube Music, you can find my new podcast, Space Water Podcast. And actually, it's only on YouTube because it's a video and audio podcast. Well, thank you, Marcy. I have a young voice. People don't usually, and I have a young face, and I just look a lot younger than I am. When people never think I'm 46 for some reason, it's crazy. But it's a good and bad thing because a lot of people they'll misjudge you and think that you don't have some knowledge about you. But yeah, I did radio, and I've been a guest on radio for many years. I've been even on Coast to Coast once for like 15 minutes. But I'll probably be a guest on there in the future. I have a book coming out soon. I love this pink morganite gemstone right here. Pink morganite gemstone, lightning strike. You got the labradorite heart. I got a lot of these labradorite hearts recently just made, so nice. You're Native American, half Cherokee. Cool. I have been all over. I can't tell you how many Algonquin, Cherokee, I mean, all sorts of Hopi. I've been going into the mythology of all those cultures for many years. In fact, in the book I'm writing, I have a lot of the solar mythologies of Native American First Nations races. Some of the sun catcher myths, a lot of the stories that have to do with that. Love this labradorite, opals. This is blue apatite gemstone. That's so cool. This is another aquamarine. Yeah, Cherokees really, guys are really, I love the, now, let me ask you guys a question, because where I'm at in the East Coast, right here in New York, I go to the Native American Festival, right? And they call themselves Native Americans. They even call themselves Indians, some of them. So how do you feel about the Native American, First Nation, Indian, all that different titles? Because I know some of the First Nations, so-called, that call themselves Indians still. And and they don't care about that. It seems like the more Americanized ones seems to be the only ones that put up a stink about that. Yeah, you know what? I'm 46, but I come from I'm the youngest in my family. Like my siblings are all in their later 50s. I'm 10 and 12 years younger than my siblings. So I kind of grew up with the older crowd. Yeah, I don't care for titles either. But, see the red? Look at that beautiful red on this one. I love this one. Look at that red. I love that red in there. It's like laser beam. Superman's eye all of a sudden is in there. So cool. This one's got all sorts. This has got the Lemurian golden opal in it. And the blue. I can't believe this one's still available. This is a very good price, too, as well, for this one. Maybe I got to take better pictures of this, but look at that. Beautiful. Love that coil. Yes, they are. And I actually think they come from ancient Vedic races. They're remnants of the Atlanteans. But of course, the Atlanteans can't be proven. But what we could be prove is ancient Vedic Sanskrit. And most of these old cultures all come from that. You know, even when people talk about the Anunnaki, well, the Anunnaki stem from one of the ancient five Vedic people, the Anus, right? Which is literally spelled like anus, A-N-U-S, right? So they have five main Vedic people that made up two sides, which those two sides they called the Asuras and the Devas, which are the Brahmins and the Kshatriyas, which are the priests and the warriors. But these are priest warrior clans, all of them. There, to be an adept in the ancient past, you had to be a scientist and a warrior. You had to be a doctor and a shaman. You had to be a warrior and a priest, right? And these were spiritual adepts. And the ancient five Vedic people, the Yadus, the Anus, the Purus, all these, that's three, but there's five, right? They made up those two sides, the Kshatriyas and the Brahmins. The Kshatriyas were the Asuras, the warriors, and the Brahmins were the Devas, right? The priesthood clans. And they went to war over the knowledge they were harnessing from the stars. Literally, the Vedic war was over what they call the spotted cows, which translate in the Vedic writings as the rays of the sun. So they fought over the knowledge that they were harnessing from the sun, from the light, right? Which comes in the form of plasma streams, electrons, right? Information coming from the sun in streams of light, streams of plasma. Crystals absorb those streams, right? We absorb those streams. Those streams of light coming from suns and stars are connected to the spinal current of humanity. We're walking antennas. So this is just tools and devices and jewelry, if you will, to help tune your frequency to the cosmic frequency. My name is Ra Castaldo. Check me out at themysticalspiralstore.com and Spiral out.